The Kitemark. Kitemark is a unique mark that Visit England are working on to reassure the public that a particular business is COVID compliant secure. Kitemark is unique in as much that it's both for businesses and the public. So not only is the business saying, I adhere to the policy or compliance guidance, but the public will be encouraged to take responsibility for themselves whilst on your premises. So this could be things like they must adhere to maybe a new one-way rule system you have, remember to keep 2 meters apart, use hand sanitizer if you have that on site. The Kitemark will be provided free to owners of businesses to ensure they adhere to its guidance. And by using the Kitemark, you are volunteering yourself to be randomly spot checked, and the businesses will be called out, I would imagine, by the public if they're not compliant. Visit Lincoln will soon begin to distribute guidelines to allow you to make a head start on becoming compliant in the run-up to receiving your Kitemark. It's taken a while to get it out there because this sort of encompasses all the known associations. It's like airlines, theme parks, caravan sites, UK Hospitality, B&B Association, Merlin Group, Butlins Hotel Association, travel associations and Tourism Alliance. So Visit England are very aware of the frustration in the delay, but they really have to get this right, and they're very careful to make sure all the boxes are ticked to get everything is correct. So Kitemark is now in the final stages, and it'll dovetail in a consumer campaign that's led by Visit England. So the latest update on the campaign is they're going to work on 4 areas. So these are number 1, that was the crisis stage, which is, we would call that armchair travel. So we're out of that now. That was the initial response where people would stay at home, and from their armchair they would look at places to explore and get inspiration. And then we had stage 2, which is early recovery. That's what we're in now, and that's about creamy content, planning in your head where you're going to go, what you'd like to do. We're in this stage, as I say now, but we're not promoting travel further afield. We're trying to get people to just stay local. Number 3 would be managed demand. So this is linked to tourism, which is due to start with government guidance, reopening on the 4th of July, subject to government guidelines, as I say. Visit England is going to ensure consumer confidence and assist in this managed demand. Now that will mean that as well, when businesses reopen, things will be slightly different. So you may find that you have to have ticketed events, pre-booked time slots. So where the public would have normally gone to an attraction and they could just turn up unannounced, they're not going to be able to do that. It will be managed very closely. And then we've got number 4, which is then we will actively start to encourage travel, extend it to the summer season and autumn, and then also try and get people to plan for 2021. So Visit England will be using the tagline, know before you go. So this is where we're trying to encourage the public to check toilets are open, take your own refreshments. The onus is very much on the consumer to check this. The public are going to be encouraged to look for the industry Kitemark before attending the attraction or booking the accommodation. The Kitemark will have a B2B campaign, encouraging businesses to adopt and use this alongside a B2C campaign. And we see this coming through on the managed demand stage that I just mentioned, when we're encouraging people to travel stages. So for example, any TV advert that would promote UK travel, this will highlight a Kitemark, and cooperation will be required by both the consumer and the business to try and adhere to this to keep everybody safe. So in summary, Visit England should soon be advising us, Visit Lincoln, on the guidelines for businesses to become compliant and make a start on getting you ready to display your Kitemark. And as soon as I've got those details, I'll distribute them to you. The Kitemark should be ready for the end of June, and the Kitemark, unlike other accreditations that businesses can buy into, will be completely free. There are lots of marks and accreditations popping up, but the Kitemark from Visit England will be comprehensive enough to cover all the others. Visit England will ensure that the Kitemark is correct and complies with Public Health England, and it's purposely decided not to work with other quality marks because it doesn't want to dilute the work it's been doing with the government by associating itself with other brands who may have a commercial interest. So it's important to mention that Visit England have absorbed all the costs that might be associated with becoming COVID secure and creating this Kitemark. And once the Kitemark is ready to be distributed, we'll find out from Visit England how this is going to happen and how we'll get in touch with you all. We'll expect that the Kitemark toolkit will be made available to us, and as a DMO, which is a destination management organisation, we will distribute it. And when this comes along, we would hope that the Kitemark includes things like logos for your signature strips, so any electronic kite marks that you can use on your website, etc., on your emails, window stickers, tent cards, etc. So really short and sweet, as I say, but that is mainly what's going to happen. So we're going to send out guidelines very soon on how you can start making sure that your business is compliant and ready to start thinking about reopening. Shortly followed, before the end of June, will be the Kitemark itself in its physical form, and then we'll start getting that out to you. Onus is on you to make sure that you adhere to those rules, and you will be spot checked. And that's pretty much my update done. Didn't take up too much of your time. Thank you. Jess, did anybody want to ask a question, or shall we wait till the end and then maybe if people want to email anything?
I don't have any questions in the Zoom chat. It's up to you. Did you want to take any questions if anybody had any small questions?
Only small questions. We don't take large questions. So I think it's relatively self-explanatory. But if you want more info, or you want me to go over it, or I can put it in, in an email, I can send it out to you, and I'll do that anyway, just as a matter of course. And as soon as we've got these guidelines to what it is they want you to adhere to make sure you're ready, I'll get those out straight away. That should give you just maybe a couple of weeks head start on starting to be ready for it. And then, as I say, once we've got the Kitemark, I'll start distributing that out to you all.